Newswatch, the 5 o'clock show with Michelle Ferreri.
It's going to be fast. It's going to be fun. It's going to be furious on the 5 o'clock show. Stay with us. When did you know that you were Rick Mercer Canadian icon, the guy that can get away with, so much? I'm Michelle Ferreri, and on the next Newswatch, the 5 o'clock show.
Stop, please! You're under arrest!
Ontario, at the OPC, Ontario Police College, and I'm a suspect getting chased, and I got to climb over this wall. And the pool show is how it works. Oh my God. That's how it's done here. Well, we turned David Guetta back up, and I danced my way through this next commercial break. This is also coming up on the 5 o'clock show.
Trying to find the words to describe this girl without being disrespectful.
Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining us on the 5 o'clock show. I'm Michelle Ferreri. Well, tonight we wrap up our three-part series on 8-wing CFB Trenton, the heart of Canada's air mobility forces. I still think money is a personal thing from a person to person.
Oh, bite me.
Really?
Yeah, because you see, what does your money say about you?
I should tell you how much I make?
You can tell me how much you make if you want. I'll tell you how much I make. What I make is not a reflection of who I am as a person.
But the world doesn't think that. The world revolves around money. Do you
Well,
not
that's
agree?
our fault. That's our perception.
How much money do you make?
I take home about $100,000 a year.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to have you in our community.
Well,
Why did you come to Canada?
You keep talking like that, I may have to ask for a raise. If I ever get a job, I'll have to ask for a raise.
You will. Why did you come to Canada? You have a beautiful family. That's got to be a whole other component of your pride.
Yeah.
A beautiful wife.
Yes.
Corey.
From Peterborough. She's over there.
She's McMullen. Can we go over and look at
Yes,
your
of
beautiful
course.
kids? Bite your arm.
And you're back on the off the trigger. There we go.
Oh, I missed. I don't even know where that went. We're going to make some cool crafts. We're going to do some fun things, right?
Yeah.
And are we going to catch ourselves a leprechaun?
Yes.
Because I think I saw one running up the hill, but he ran out of steam. His legs are too short.
Run fast.
Like as fast as I can,
Like the police dog's chasing you.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel stressed
Like your
out.
bad day.
Okay.
Stop there, I'm going to send the dog. Stop
Okay.
right there, I'm going to send the dog. Damn.
Is food your comfort?
Food is definitely my comfort. Food, music, and movies are my comfort, and they're not very active. So those are definitely good and bad things for me.
Some logistical questions, Sarah. Going to the bathroom when you're 800 pounds.
Yep.
How do you do that?
You don't. I was really sick, and I have a great husband and a very, very loving mother who was, I'm not going to cry, who were there to help me.
Welcome to the top of the world, literally. CFS Alert, which means Canadian Forces Station Alert, is located 817 kilometers away from the North Pole. It's the northernmost permanently inhabited community in the world, and as you can imagine, it's cold. The average temperature in the winter is -40 without a wind chill. But one of the soldiers we met while here said when he arrived in February, it was -60. In the summer months, during 24 hours of light, the average temperature is 3 degrees, and the snow does melt. It's considered a desert, meaning it's very dry and receives only 6 inches of precipitation a year. The Canadian Forces set up here in the early 50s as a weather station. Then, in 1958, it began its operational role as a signals intelligence unit. In 2009, the Royal Canadian Air Force took command of the station, and now it's a unit of 8-wing CFB Trenton. Each year, CFS Alert relies on Operation Box Top, a biannual resupply mission.
Well, today for the specific supplies, we actually brought 27 passengers, including yourself, and a total of 60,000 pounds of cargo. So there's, in fact, the cargo is all right here that we brought up.
And what would be in that cargo? What are some of the supplies inside of it?
Well, some of the stuff that we have, there's a tracked vehicle that's about to come off, a big yellow tracked vehicle for driving around here in the snow. And then a lot of the stuff that we have here for supplies could be anything from food to water to whatever supplies the station needs here to keep operating.
Other supplies are brought weekly here to CFS Alert, things like dairy and vegetables. But the primary mission of Operation Box Top is fuel delivery.
So the goal of this operation is to deliver about 1.5 million litres of not just DF8, which is what we're getting out of here, which is basically diesel fuel, but also they'll offload fuel from their wings. And so they'll give us some of their jet fuel that you would normally use just to burn in transit.
So in case a plane landed here or something like that?
That's right, exactly. We would have a surplus supply of fuel in case of any unforecasted requirements.
Wow.
So they're doing that, and as well, part of it is to provide us with ultra-low sulfur diesel fuel. And we use that in all of our vehicles, we call them our plated vehicles, but all of the vehicles that we use around station to try to minimize the environmental aspect and footprint and impact of operating up here in the north.
The station has between 80 to 170 people, which is split almost 50-50 between military and civilian workers. The average deployment time is 3 to 6 months, and jobs vary greatly as the station is self-sustaining, with its own power plant, gym, water supply unit, quarry, fire department, scientists, medical staff, cooks, cleaning, and many other trades.
This is my associate, Mr. Manick. Say hi to the camera, dude. Okay. He's part of our Inuit apprentice program. We're proud to say that. Okay, he's from Resolute Bay.
Well, at the top of the world, as you can imagine, there are some restrictions in how you build things. Obviously, a lot of permafrost here, which means everything needs to be built on top of the ground. This here is the fuel line. So for Operation Box Top, they would drain the planes, they would unload them, and then they send it right up into these pipelines and into these fuel tanks. Everything, water treatment plant, all the buildings are built on top of the ground because you just can't dig down because of the permafrost. And coming up tomorrow on part 2 of our special on CFS Alert, we'll meet some of the wildlife that coexists with the humans up here at the top of the world. We'll also find out the role Environment Canada plays here, as well as how these people cope when it's 24 hours of darkness.